Everything started many years ago in a small, quiet town in the United States where a man named Mr. Jackson Reed lived with his little daughter, Mia Reed. People in the neighborhood knew him as a gentle man with tired eyes, a man who always walked fast like someone trying to outrun his own problems. His wife had passed away when Mia was only 2 years old. From that day, Jackson made a silent promise. No matter what it takes, my daughter will never suffer. He never told anyone that promise. He carried it inside his heart like a secret flame. Mia grew up thinking life was normal. She believed every father woke up at 4 a.m., cooked breakfast quietly, left the house before sunrise, and came back late at night with shoulders slumped from exhaustion. She thought every home had one pair of old work boots by the door, one plate of food that a father pretended he had already eaten, and one tired smile that hid many pains. She didn't know the truth. Jackson worked 3 jobs: school janitor in the morning, construction worker in the afternoon, and gas station attendant at night. He barely slept. Sometimes he closed his eyes for 10 minutes before rushing to the next shift. His hands were always rough and cracked. His clothes always smelled like dust, sweat, and gasoline. And the only thing that kept him going was the sight of Mia's face whenever he came home. But Mia never noticed any of this. She noticed other things, like how her friends had brand new backpacks while she used one that her father repaired too many times. How other parents came to school events wearing neat clothes while her father always came in his work uniform, covered in paint or dust, apologizing for being late. One day when she was 9, she asked him why he always looked tired. Jackson smiled softly. "I'm fine, sweetheart. I just want you to have the life I never had." She didn't understand. Not yet. As time passed, Jackson's body began to weaken. He coughed more. He walked slower. His back hurt every day, but he never stopped working. He skipped meals so Mia could eat. He walked to work so she could take the school bus. He hid the holes in his shoes so she wouldn't feel embarrassed. But Mia was growing older, and with age came pride. One afternoon when she was 14, Mia walked out of school and saw her father waiting at the gate in his dusty construction clothes. His hands were still covered in dry cement, and he wore the same old boots that had seen better days. Her classmates stared and whispered. She felt something she had never felt before: shame. At home, she raised her voice at him for the first time. "Why can't you look like other dads? Why can't you dress better? Why do you have to embarrass me?" Jackson went quiet. He looked at his hands, the hands that had built her future piece by piece. His heart broke, but he didn't show it. He simply nodded. "I'm sorry, sweetheart." That night, he sat alone in silence, not angry with her, not upset with her words, but hurt that he couldn't give her the life she thought she deserved. Even then, he didn't blame her. How could he? Children don't understand the battles their parents fight in silence. Yet life always finds a way to open a child's eyes. Years passed. Mia finished high school. She got a small job and moved into her own place. She visited her father, but not often. Life kept her busy, and she forgot the man who quietly carried her on his shoulders for so many years. Then one morning her phone rang. Jackson had collapsed at work. When she rushed to the hospital and saw him lying on the bed, thinner, paler, and weaker than she remembered, something inside her shattered. His breathing was slow. His shoulders looked small. His hands trembled. She grabbed his hand and cried, "Dad, why didn't you tell me you were struggling?" Jackson smiled gently, the same tired but loving smile she grew up with. "I didn't want you to worry. Your future mattered more." Tears streamed down her face. "I was wrong, Dad. I didn't understand. Forgive me." He squeezed her hand softly. "You were just a kid. A kid can't understand until life teaches them." She wanted to say more, but his eyes closed. Not forever, but long enough to show how exhausted he truly was. Later, the doctor told her what she never knew. Her father had been working almost every hour of every day for years. He had worn his body down trying to give her a better life. That night, Mia sat in her small apartment and saw everything differently. The old boots, the patched shirts, the late nights, the tired smiles, the sacrifices. Suddenly she understood. She spent the next months taking care of him. She bought him new clothes, cooked for him, helped him walk, sat beside him every evening. She wanted to give him the comfort he never had. One evening, as the sky turned orange, Jackson said in a quiet voice, "Sweetheart, a parent's love is silent. It lives in the things you don't notice." Tears ran down her cheeks. "Dad, I see everything now." He smiled one last time, a peaceful smile, the smile of a man who had carried love like a heavy load and was finally putting it down. He held her hand gently. "You made me proud." And with that his journey ended. Not in fear, not in pain, but in peace. Mia cried until she couldn't speak. But in her pain, she discovered something important. Understanding. She finally saw the truth she had been blind to. From that day forward, she carried his memory like a light inside her. She became kind, patient, strong. And every time she helped someone, she remembered the man who built her life quietly, one sacrifice at a time. If this story touched you, please subscribe for more inspiring videos. Don't forget to subscribe for more emotional and motivational stories. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss the next story.